Hi, folks. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about veterans, and I'd like to introduce you to a veteran here in Carver County. And she's a disabled veteran, and her name is Renee. And Renee, again, is a disabled veteran, and she served in the United States Army. So, welcome, Renee. It's nice that you would take some time to talk to us today. And I wonder maybe what was your MOS, which is your job or career field in the Army?
I had a couple. My primary was 77 Foxtrot, which is Petroleum Supply Specialist.
Mhm.
And my secondary at Fort Leonard Wood was 88 Mike, which is truck driver.
Mhm. Yeah, okay. And actually, I recruited people in both of those jobs when I was a military recruiter. Yes, you brought back memories of people that I placed in the military and served with later. So it's kind of interesting that you had those MOSs. How about places you served? Did you serve out of country, in country?
In '93, we got deployed to Somalia, Africa, and it actually got canceled. And then we had gotten all set up, and then it got canceled. And then we got sent out in June. It was August, I believe, of '93. And no, it was before that. And we were there for 4 months anyways, till just before.
See, military people break it down like that. We go August of '93 to September of '95.
Yeah.
That's how military people think. That's we don't think the same time as civilian folks do.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, that's good. And you felt successful. What was your rank when you left the military?
I was a specialist, actually. I was going back to my job. I had took a leave from my city job in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a laborer, and then when I got back in '94, which I ETS'd, I went back to the city of Minneapolis, and I became a pipe layer for water construction, and then a foreman, and then spent a few years there.
With the city of Minneapolis. And so now, did you have reemployment rights under the veterans provisions? Did you leave right from the job to the military and come back? Yeah.
I did, yeah.
So you
all
did.
my vacation accrued and
Ooh.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I worked with a person like that. They did quite well while they were
Yeah.
gone. They were gone 6 years and they came back and,
Wow.
and all the seniority and everything was there. It was
Wow.
kind of a nice deal.
Yeah.
Well, so living in the military, successful career it sounds like you had, and you met some good friends, I bet you, and folks like that. And you still communicate with any of them, or you hear about them?
I did a few years later, not too long ago. I had some connections with 53rd Quartermaster in Fort Hood, Texas, and Facebook, but I went off of that here not too long ago. So I haven't really had much, but I did, we have a lot of good friends in the southern states.
Yeah, they seem to be friends for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I talked to some of mine on
Always think of
Facebook
it.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did you serve stateside now? We talked about.
So Fort Lee, Virginia for my AIT, for my petroleum training, and then Fort Leonard Wood for truck driver, and then that's where we did our basic too.
Mhm.
And then Fort Hood, Texas was my base.
Mhm.
I was in a quartermaster unit, and we worked in the motor pool. And I drove, for the tank farm, the 5,000-gallon tankers,
Sure.
and filled those and did some missions. And I, of course, liked the field missions. We did hot refueling.
Sure.
Or,
So did you handle the fuel truck?
yeah.
Okay, that's really an important job.
Yeah, and
So-
I carried that into my years later, and that's kind of been my forte. But now I'm, got some physical issues, so I'm not going that route anymore.
Yeah. So so you were in the military, you left the city of Minneapolis, you came back, you were reemployed, then you moved up to foreman, supervisor. Did you think that your experience in the military, did that help you with your leadership skills and managing people and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
You think it made a difference, over?
Yeah, and even my upbringing, my parents, we had a really good work ethic, and but that portion of my life really helped to build my confidence and my
That's excellent. Yeah, well, it sounded like you did really well then. And
Yeah.
like you said, you have some physical disabilities now that limit your ability to do those kinds of jobs, and certainly that happens to a lot of us. And there's some jobs I certainly can't do anymore. But well, let's transition to you became a veteran, and you've had some time go by, but now you're a veteran here in Carver County. And so, how's that gone for you? Are you able to take advantage of the veteran services and the opportunities as a county and the other agencies here in Carver County and the community supporting you as a veteran?
They are. I mean, it's just been incredible. Dan he's my BSO here in Carver County, and he's just been phenomenal. I couldn't ask for a better community to be in. The Elks Lodge, they gave me an outpouring of gifts for home. My daughter and I were homeless for 6 months, and we got housed by MacV in March of this year. So this is our new home and kind of a start of our new life. And MacV, the Elks Lodge, the VFW in Hopkins, Tommy Johnson, I think is his last name.
Yes.
Just incredible. The caseworker at the VA hospital, she's actually gone now, but I have a new one now. So, but everybody just been wonderful.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No,
it sounds like
overwhelming.
Yeah, so you're welcomed in the community
Very
as a
much,
veteran.
yeah.
Okay, and
Really
so MACV, that's Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, and they've been very active coming to Carver County the last couple of years and involved with our transitional housing for veterans and as a supporting unit for that facility. And also they do a lot of other things for veterans, and they fill the gap. And they're not a government entity; they're a private entity of people, and their money comes. They get some grants from government, but a lot of their money is funding from private sources, and as people are willing to step up and help veterans, and that's why they're there, and we're glad they're there, and we're happy that they're working with us here in Carver County. And so now you're in again, I hate to overuse the word transitioning, or there's some changes going on in your life, and you've got some plans. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
I do. It's pretty exciting. So I'm going to be going to Liberty University online for a BS in aviation, and I'm going to look into getting some voc rehab help through the military vocational rehab, and get my pilot's license. My dream is helicopter, but with the airplane program I can get more help through that 2-year program. And then I'll do my flight school at Eden Prairie, AV8. It's the aviation
Right here in Flying Cloud.
bunch of
just up the
different,
road,
yeah,
right?
Flying Cloud, yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty good goal.
Hummingbird, yeah.
You seem pleased and happy that you have this direction and you're taking your life, and it must have been a long time dream. Would that be safe to say that, or that you've thought about it for a while?
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, because I had a guy that was taking me to medical appointments when I lived up in northern Minnesota,
Mhm.
and he was an airplane pilot in the military, and he flew overseas and stuff, and had incredible stories. But before I left, when he dropped me off that one day when I first met him, we had been talking about our love for flying, and I told him that I felt the seed was planted when I got to hook up the bladders on the helicopters when I was in my petroleum, the big 10.
I was going to ask about if you were associated with an aviation unit. Yeah.
So I got a couple flights, and then in home and field when I was in the reserves. And I said that was where the seed was planted, and he said, no, the seed was planted when you were born. And so I just thought, God, this guy is just amazing. And I was going to get out. He was dropping me off at my home for my appointment, and he goes, what are you? And I said, I'm a helicopter pilot.
Yeah,
So,
for folks, home and field is in St. Paul, and National Guard and Reserve have aviation units there. And so, yeah, that's quite a facility if you ever get over that way. So I want to, let's see, so we're kind of getting to the end here of our conversation. Is there anything you'd like to talk about a little bit, or thank some folks who've been helping you out, or, we'll kind of wrap it up here with our conversation?
Yeah, I mean, if I really can't say anybody's names just because there's so many people that have helped me, but since I've been here, it's just been, it's been incredible. I don't know, there's been a lot of support, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, anybody watching this will know that you appreciate what they've done for them very much. Okay, well, thank you very much for giving me your time. Well, folks, what's really good about this conversation is it's not just your Carver County, but it's your community that welcome veterans here in our home, in our homes, and we try to support them where we can. And I think that's the right thing to do, because these veterans have made a lot of sacrifices so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we do.